Welcome back, everybody, to the Charlotte Hornets MyLeague here on NBA 2K20. As today, we have hit Christmas. Now, our Hornets do have a Christmas game. It's going to be against the 76ers. But first, there are a few things I want to go over before we do get to that game. And I want to take a look at the numbers, the stats, because who doesn't? And there are a few players who, as I've mentioned throughout this season, could be on their way out. And it seems like a common three being Michael Porter Jr., Miles Bridges, and P.J. Washington. While I don't plan on trading all three of them, I do expect to move one of them, maybe even two of them, by the deadline. And what is this team exactly missing? Well, we are dead last in assists per game, and what we're missing is a pure point guard. Anthony Edwards was the point guard last year. That's where Bradley Beal is this year, and neither of them are actual point guards. That's why I think we need one. As you can see, Michael Porter wants a lot of money. Bridges wants an okay amount of money, and Washington wants a lot of money, but he is a free agent next year, so we don't really have to worry about Washington and contracts now. It's mainly Porter and Bridges for that. So I want to look at point guards. I want to look at young guys and guys who it could make sense could be getting traded. Not guys like Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, or Kyrie, because I don't see their teams trading them. So the first guy I want to take a look at is De'Aaron Fox. The Kings are really bad. They are about 3-27. They have Mike Conley. They have Nico Mannion. And Mannion could be another guy we do look at. But I think Fox might be a little bit more of a realistic option. Another one is Colin Sexton. Do they want Darius Garland as their point guard of the future? Do they want Sexton? And same can be said in Chicago. The Bulls have Kobe White and R.J. Hampton. It seems like they're more invested in R.J. Hampton. So maybe we go after a guy like Kobe White. And then the last guy I want to look at is Markelle Fultz. The Heat are in a little bit different of a situation because Fultz is a very clear point guard, but I do think they could look to trade a guy like him if he is not playing super well as the season goes along. For right now, he's been fine, so he might be the most unrealistic option of the group. So let's take a look at the Sixers team. They have been surprisingly disappointing this year, and they're going to be without Ben Simmons for this game. It seems like last season and this season, it seems like every team we play, they're without one of their better players. Same can be said today for Ben, but I don't know why. It's like we have an injury curse. Whenever we play someone, one of their good players is injured. I don't get it. So here's a look at the starting lineup we've been going with. Really flip-flopping Bridges and Porter, I would say. Other than that, our lineup hasn't really changed a whole lot. This has been the general group that we've been going with. And obviously, Jonathan Kuminga, got to remember, he's out for, I would say, about a month more or so. It'll definitely be good to have him back. And then one other thing, they finally updated Devontae Graham's hair, so I'd say that's pretty fun. Welcome, everybody, to the Wells Fargo Center here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We've got some Christmas Day basketball here for you as the Charlotte Hornets set to take on the Philadelphia 76ers. Both of these teams have been very surprising this year. The Hornets have been doing a lot better than most have expected. The Sixers, meanwhile, on the other end, doing a lot worse than most people expected. As there's a look at Brett Brown, the veteran coach, leading his team onto the floor. And the Sixers, they have a ton of talent. They just need to put the pieces together. I mean, they won an NBA championship a couple years ago. Now that here they are with that same core really struggling, they got to figure it out. Here's a look at the All-Star voting for the Eastern Conference. Got a few Hornets in there at the guard spots. Your starting lineups for visiting Charlotte Hornets: Bradley Beal, Anthony Edwards, along with Michael Porter Jr., P.J. Washington, and Mo Bamba. For the Sixers, it'll be Chris Chiozza, Matisse Thybulle, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, and at the big center spot, Joel Embiid. So here's Trent Peterson nearing that illustrious number 69 loss. Nice. As we got Bamba and Embiid here at center court for the tip-off, it will go to Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers, and we are underway. Here's Chris Chiozza, the former Gator, with it. As here is Tobias Harris now trying to get to the big fella, Joel Embiid, for the early layup. 76ers off to a quick start. Ensuing Hornets possession, Bradley Beal with the drive and the easy layup. Hornets quickly knotted up at 2. Now 4-piece. Here's Anthony Edwards trying to get inside. Step back attempt. He gets it over to Beal, who's going to go for 3, and it's good. Bradley Beal from Atlanta, far, far away. And then Anthony Edwards now in the corner, getting the 3-ball. Hornets now up 10-4. as the Sixers will answer back with a 3. There's Josh Swisherson making the bucket, now 11-9. Nice move inside by Washington, no good. But Mo Bamba with the board and the putback, now 13-9. Matisse Thybulle over to Harris. Makes a nice move on Washington for the short shot, making it 13-11. And then here's Josh Richardson with the dunk, tying it up at 13 apiece as the Sixers getting back into it after a slow start. Here's Devontae Graham, the ensuing play with a layup for Charlotte, giving them the lead back. But the Sixers would immediately answer with a tray ball from Tobias Harris. Charlotte back up by 1, 17-16, as the Hornets are going to pass it around a little bit. Edwards over to Miles Bridges. He's going to get the 3 ball to fall. Hornets up by 4 now, as Tobias tightly guarded by Serge Ibaka. Harris with the drive and the reverse layup. Nice play from Tobias. 23-20 now. Anthony Edwards with a nasty move on Troy Daniels. He will get the layup to fall here late in the first. 27-20 now. Stolen by Edwards. He's going to take it the distance, going upstairs where Grandma hides the cookies. Anthony Edwards doing what he does best. And then end the first quarter, nice 3 ball from Tobias Harris on to quarter number 2. Sixers really trying to get back in this game. That'll help. Troy Daniels with the mid-ranger, 29-25. Edwards immediately enters back with a dunk of his own. And then catch and shoot for Bradley Beal. Hornets back up by 9 all of a sudden. Sixers trying to answer back as it's going to be a nice pass over to the big fella, JoJo, the dancing bear, Joel Embiid, who gets another dunk right there. Big fella starting to get hot. 40-31. Here is Matisse Thybulle over to Chris Chiozza, of course, starting in place of the injured Ben Simmons. He gets the long 2 to fall. 40-33. Mo Bamba over to Bradley Beal, who gets the 3 ball to go in from Atlanta, far away now. 45-33. Nifty move from Michael Porter, misses the layup, gets his own board over to Beal, who's had a nice second quarter. He's going to get it back to Porter from the free throw line. It is good. Hornets now up by 16. They've really dominated this quarter, and Joel Embiid's going to try to change that as he gets the and 1. Bradley Beal called for the foul. So now it is 51-40. Late here in the first half. Porter over to Edwards for the late dunk. And here's a look at the halftime report. Hornets up 53-40. Tobias Harris does not have 11 assists, by the way. He only has 2. If he did have 11, that'd be a personal career high. So let's now move on to the second half, as here's Mo Bamba. He's going to try to extend his range from 3, and it is good. Nice shot for Mo Bamba. 58-42. Richardson trying to inbound it. Hornets, nice defense as it will go to Embiid. Back over to Richardson, who loses it. Mo Bamba and his lanky arms get the steal. Porter over to Edwards for the slam. Nice defense from Matisse Thybulle, but Edwards is going to get that one 11 times out of 10. And then here's Bradley Beal with the steal. Michael Porter now for 3, and it's good. Falling on his back as the Hornets are just swiping everything away right now that the Sixers have. Here's Tobias Harris with the nice dunk. Bad defense from P.J. Washington, 65-44. Here's Chris Chiozza with the floater, trying to get the Sixers back into it. And then Harrison Barnes now for 3. It is no good. Rebounded by Charlotte. Here's Miles Bridges taking it himself. And Miles Bridges with the dunk. 69, nice, 48. As Bridges now over to Edwards for a one-handed jam. Hornets up by 23. Sixers need something, and they don't get it here. Stolen by Beal. Fernando picks it up. However, he gets it right back into the hands of Tobias Harris. You can't spell intercepted without the D. As here is the Sixers trying to make something out of nothing. Troy Daniels with it. He's going to get it over to Tobias Harris for the mid-ranger. It's good. Sixers cut the lead down to 21. As here is Daniels with a nice fake and the mid-ranger. 73-54. Beal over to Edwards. Edwards, he will slice and dice those 2 defenders, Tobias Harris and Troy Daniels, and Edwards is just making it look effortless. 75-54. Here is a nice move from Harrison Barnes to the rack, getting the dunk. Barnes, a late draft trade involving a first-round pick from Philly, as A late fadeaway three from Tobias Harris will make this game a little bit closer. On to the fourth quarter, another tip ball, from Beal. However, the Sixers will get it back, and they will get about 3 offensive rebounds there. Barnes blocked, and finally, Charlotte gets it. Hornets running the fast break. Beal over to Bruno Fernando for the short shot. Quiet game offensively for Fernando, but he's already at 10 rebounds. Been a monster inside as Edwards, once again, making it just look effortless on Tobias Harris. 81-61 now. Here's Harris. Nice layup, no good. Gets his own board. Does the dirty work. Nice play from Tobias Harris as the Hornets trying to make something here with Miles Bridges. He's going to get the nice jump shot. That's a 3-ball for Bridges falling onto the Sixer bench. Edwards now pump fake. Boom. Nice layup for Edwards, the former Georgia Bulldog, continuing his great season off of a stellar rookie campaign. Now 88-65. Jump ball between Beal and Richardson goes to the 76ers. As here is Matisse Thybulle from mid-range. The third-year man out of Washington will make the shot. 88-67. Beal gets it over to Washington. His pass is tipped and stolen. Nice play by Harris and Thybulle as Matisse Thybulle back over to Tobias Harris. He had Chiozza in the corner open for a minute. Didn't really work out as the Hornets will get the block, and Anthony Edwards wide open. Green Bean Machine. He gets the 3 to fall for Charlotte. 91-67. Here is Chiozza. Floater over Ibaka. No good. Serge Ibaka gets the board. Here comes the Hornets. Michael Porter Jr. with the emphasis on the dunk. And then Bradley Beal over to Washington, who's wide open inside for the layup. Now it's 97-73. Devontae Graham. Nice step back. The former Kansas Jayhawk. Rockety chockety. As the Hornets now breaking the 100 mark. Embiid gets the dunk. And then Embiid follows it with the 3. 105-80. About a minute left to go. A lot of the reserves in as there's Mike Muscala, the former Hornet, for a very short time. He gets the play. 105-82. There's Mo Bamba for 3. That's all she wrote as Devontae Graham will dribble out the clock. Hornets win it 112-87. Dominant showing here on Christmas against the defending champs, who have obviously really struggled this season. But the Hornets getting a statement win on the road, showing that this is a legit playoff contender. If the Hornets finals contenders, probably not. But hey, they're playing some really good ball right now, and if this team can keep it up, they could make a playoff run. Tobias Harris leads the way with the Sixers, 24-9, double-double for Joel Embiid. Nice game from Jordan Clarkson as well. We didn't really mention him a lot, but he played well. 33 points for Anthony Edwards, 24-9 for Bamba, 17-9 for Bradley Beal. Outside of that, Miles Bridges was the only other guy in double figures. So we're doing a little bit of simming. Very next game against the Cavs, Bruno Fernando gets hurt. That's actually a pretty big injury for us. And we would go 2-1 on our next 3, losing to the Bucks, who aren't that good. They're only the 8th seed. As we are currently 18-15, tied with Boston for the 4 seed. And another look at the All-Star voting. Bradley Beal, Anthony Edwards both in there. So that'll do it for the episode. What do you guys think of those trade possibilities for those point guards? Do you think we should go with one of them? Let me know in the comments.